slow dance, you sick and twisted people.
The family started to notice what was happening, and a great murmur swept through the crowd. Murmur, 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 murmur. Romeo's family saw them and they shouted, "Romeo, how dare you!"
Romeo, how dare you!
Edna's family shouted louder and angrier. Listen, sir, it's not Jerry Springer.
Someone apparently is well caffeinated. Well, everyone in town, they all wagged their fingers at Romeo and Edna, right? Wagging your fingers. They all shouted, "Hey, you!
Hey, you!
Go to your rooms!
Go to your rooms!"
So off they went separately. You can't jump to the end, right? Romeo, sadly, he skulked off to the home of a Montagues.
Montagues, there you go.
Lady Edna, she returned to the home of the Capulets. Now, arriving back home, you could see it. Romeo, he was heartbroken. He started to cry. He cried out loud. Louder! As if he had just paid for a tank full of gas in an SUV. Yeah, see, that's the kind of pain we're talking about. Well, he pulled himself together, and he came up with a brilliant idea.
I have no idea.
At least he's honest.
My brilliant idea in front of me.
Would you like me to tell you then? All right, very good. This is Romeo's brilliant idea. He could not stay away from his lady love, so he decided to creep out of his bedroom window. Creep. Very creepy. Good. And then he ran down to the village square, which is this one just here. Very good. And he looked up at Lady Edna's balcony, and he said those words, "Oh, but soft what light are yonder window breaks."
What was that? Window breaking. The window broke.
The window broke. Someone just said, "Hey, Edna."
Edna. Hey, Edna.
Now they go right away.
That was right. He did call, and Lady Edna stepped out upon her balcony. Lady Edna stepped out upon her balcony.
That would be that thing.
Oh, good dear, I thought you were home. And she put her hands to her cheek. One cheek. To both hands. To the one. There you go. And then she uttered that most famous of Shakespeare lines.
Forget about it.
Wow, she's a smoker.
Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, oh Romeo?
Wonderful, my dear.
Right, well at this point, Romeo, in true Shakespearean fashion, he made his presence be known. Through the magic of mime. Right, well, Lady Edna, she leapt off a balcony.
Whee!
Fortunately, I got this tall, right? Right, the two, they stole away into the garden, which is right on over here. Right, Lady Edna, looking at Romeo, she said, "Oh, Romeo,
Oh Romeo,
I should rather die
I should rather die
than be away from you,
than be away from you.
my little pork chop." Yeah, that's Shakespeare, it's from Hamlet. Brothers! Thank you. Yeah, that's over for you. Romeo here, he was a very smart man. He knew that that was neither proud nor very practical, right? So, in his most manly voice, he said, "Hey, Edna, baby.
Hey, Edna, baby.
Let's pretend to be dead,
Let's pretend to be dead.
and the families will leave us alone."
And the families will leave us alone.
And he became Inspector Clouseau. Oh well, try an accent, everyone. Lady Edna, hearing that plan, she wept. Tears of joy. There we go. And the plan was hatched for Romeo Montague.
Montague!
And Edna Capulet. They would proceed to fake their deaths, and they would do so quite simply by lying down upon the pre-drawn chalk lines which magically appeared. These are courtesy of CSI Verona. They had to go ahead and die.
Which one's me?
They're unisex, just pick one.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there they are, everyone. Oh! course, all night passed quickly.
Now, in the morning, the families awoke everybody round to the town square, and here they saw their children lying there dead. Dead. With rigor mortis.
You're right.
Everybody was so upset they were visibly shaken.
They raised their hands to the uncaring heavens and shouted, "Why?
Why?
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 Well, we know who's been drinking around the world now, don't we? Right, well, Romeo and Edna, they heard these words of love and remorse and really bad singing, and with cat-like reflexes, they leapt to their feet. Well, they got up slowly for dramatic effect. Right, well, everyone in Verona, they were so shocked at seeing two dead people get up like that. They all shouted, "My goodness, you're alive!
My goodness, you're alive!
Romeo and Edna, holding hands, they giggled and said, "We know." And just then, everyone in Verona, they realized how silly this whole feud had been. Romeo and Edna, they were pretending to be dead just to get away from you people. Right? So, everyone in town, they called off the feud by saying, "Enough is enough."
Enough is enough!
The feud was over and everyone cheered!
Yay!
And so it was that Romeo Montague...
Montague!
Feud's over.
Oh, he stopped it.
and Edna Capulet and all of us here in Verona, we could all live...
Happily ever after.
How did you guess? Ladies and gentlemen, that would be the end of our show. Let's have a big round of applause for the stars. Yeah! Take it! Alright folks, we the World Showcase Blitz. We're back at 4 o'clock, theoretically the same silly show, but we'll be using different silly tourists. Cheers everybody, bye-bye.
That's right.
Yeah,